Have you ever just stopped and wondered what the internet is actually made of? It feels like this giant, almost magical space, right? But behind every single website you've ever visited, there's a simple, really elegant structure. So today, we're going to pull back that curtain and look at the most fundamental piece of it all, the very skeleton that holds the entire web together.
I mean, really think about it. Picture your favorite website right now. What is it that's holding all that text, all those images and links, together in a way that actually makes sense? What gives it its shape? That's the big question we're going to tackle.
So let's start by uncovering this hidden skeleton. It's the framework that underpins every single page you visit. Literally, everything else you see online is built right on top of it. And here it is, HTML. It stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Now, according to the experts over at the Mozilla Developer Network, it is the most basic building block of the web. And for a really good reason. Its entire job isn't about colors or fonts or cool animations. Nope. It's purely about defining the meaning and the structure of content.
This right here, this is the single most important idea to remember from this whole thing. If a web page were a person, HTML would be its skeleton. It provides that essential form, the structure that everything else, the skin, the clothes, the muscles, has to attach to. Without it, you just have a pile of stuff on the floor.
Okay, so let's break that name down. First up, you've got the H and the T. They stand for hypertext, and believe it or not, this one concept is what puts the web in the World Wide Web.
That's right. Hypertext is really just a fancy word for links. You know, the very things you click on to jump from one page to another. It doesn't matter if it's on the same website or halfway across the internet. This is what makes the web, well, a web.
And this quote just gets to the very heart of it. See, links aren't just for getting around. They're for participation. The moment you create a link from your page to someone else's, you are actively weaving your own little corner of the internet into this massive, interconnected fabric of the World Wide Web. It's a pretty powerful idea when you think about it.
So, we've covered the hypertext. Now what about the markup language part? This is where we get down to business and tell the browser how to actually structure all the content on the page.
And you know what? The process is surprisingly simple. It really is. You just start with your raw stuff, plain text, images, whatever. Then you mark it up by wrapping different parts of it in these special little codes called tags. And finally, your web browser comes along, it reads those tags, and it uses them like a blueprint to build the final page you see.
And here's what that looks like in action. On the left, you've just got plain text. A browser would have no idea what's a heading and what's supposed to be a paragraph. It's just words. But look at the right. By simply wrapping the text in an H1 tag for a heading and a P tag for a paragraph, we've suddenly given it meaning. We've created structure out of chaos.
So what exactly are these tags? They're really just the name of an element, like P for paragraph or IMG for image, surrounded by these little angle brackets. That's it. You can think of them as the basic commands, the fundamental language of HTML.
Okay, now this is absolutely crucial to understand. While HTML is the skeleton, it's not the entire body. It's part of a core team, a trio of technologies that have to work together to create the modern websites we use every single day.
And here's the team. You've got HTML, which we now know provides the core structure. Then CSS swoops in to handle the presentation. That's all the colors, the fonts, the layout, how it looks. And finally, JavaScript adds the functionality, the behavior, the things that make a page interactive.
Let's bring back our body analogy because it ties this all together perfectly. If HTML is the skeleton, then CSS is the skin and the clothes. It's what gives the page its look, its appearance. And JavaScript, well, that's the muscles and the nerves. It allows the page to move, to react, to actually do things. So you got it. Skeleton, skin, muscles, structure, presentation, and functionality.
Okay, so we know HTML is made of these simple tags that create structure. But what does that actually mean in the real world? I mean, what can these simple little building blocks really build?
Well, the answer is pretty much everything you interact with online. Every article you read, that's built with heading and paragraph tags. Every image you see, that's an image tag. The shopping lists, the login forms you use, the videos you watch, it all starts with a simple, descriptive HTML tag that tells the browser exactly what it's looking at.
And that's really the key thing to take away here. From the simplest little blog to the most mind-blowingly complex web application, the foundation is always the same.
It's a document built with the simple, structural blocks of HTML. It is truly the universal language of the web structure.
So you see, the web isn't magic after all. It's just a set of rules and some simple but incredibly powerful building blocks. And now that you understand the most fundamental block of all, the skeleton itself, the real question is, what are you going to build?